But
Je-
also, if you look at it like the old covenant, where like you had infant circumcision,
So
your children were in the
they're
covenant
in the covenant.
by birth.
Yeah. Well, so that's a perfect example. And that's another thing too, is what Presbyterians in general, that's what we're pulling from baptismal law, is things like that. How is God treating children in the Old Testament or the Old Covenant, the old
Mhm.
administration of the covenant, and the new? So you have, and I go to 1 Corinthians 10. This is probably my favorite passage in the entire Bible, right? I want to remind you, brothers and sisters, that our ancestors, right? Paul's talking to Gentiles. He's telling them our ancestors, telling them that Israel is their ancestors. That's kind of cool. First off, he says our ancestors were baptized into Moses, baptized in the sea, in the cloud and in the sea. All right. All were baptized into Moses. All were baptized in this cloud and the sea, which would include the children. All ate the same spiritual food. All, including children, right?
Mhm.
Babies, if they could eat. All drank the same spiritual drink, for they all drank from the rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ. So you have Christ feeding children, circumcised babies, I would even say, right, who would come to the point where they can drink, drinking spiritual drink. Jesus is doing this, right? It says the rock that followed, and that rock was Christ. So you have Christ feeding spirit. It's not just water. Paul calls it spiritual drink. There's something sacramental here, right?
Mhm.
It is something that the faithful partake in, and it's being, and little children are getting to do that. So little children are receiving the covenant sign of circumcision. They're eating spiritual food and drinking spiritual drink. By all definitions, we would call that person a Christian, right? A Christian who that's that they're living the life of faith.